A very good afternoon, March. Thanks for joining us here on Lookuptv. This is Trending News. I am Nansina Lima. Do stay with me for the next few minutes as I bring you up to speed with what's happening across our country. Let's begin. The sentencing of Joseph Irungu alias Joey has been postponed to Wednesday, March the 10th, after Lady Justice Grace Nzioka pointed out that crucial documents expected to assist the court in reaching its final decision have been filed as late as last evening at 7 p.m. Last month, the High Court found Joey guilty of the murder of businesswoman Monica Nyawera Kimani, who was brutally killed on the night of September 19, 2018 at her Lamuria Gardens apartment in Nairobi.
Last 2 weeks ending today, I would have worked to do my analysis, so I will be requesting for more time. Your understanding and a little more time. So I'll give you another date on those two matters. But all said and done, you must file your documents by Monday to enable me look at them on Tuesday and deliver my judgment on sentence on Wednesday. May I make it very clear that if the documents will not have been filed, then I may not consider them, but I'm sure you understand the necessity and the importance of filing those documents. You are the only people who have the benefit of speaking last, Professor Nandu and Bunge, and you have the benefit of responding to what has been written. Had we done oral submissions, highlights, the state probably would have come in after you, and now you have the last opportunity. My earlier reading quite a bit on the sentencing makes it very clear that it's not just the tail end process, but it's a significant stage in the criminal justice system and in a criminal case trial. So I hope we all know that. All right, so allow me then to just confirm that this matter has been rescheduled to the 13th day of March 2024. Let's agree on time. Is 11:30 okay in the morning?
Yes, it is fine with us.
The other councils?
It's fine with us.
Okay. So, as much as I started by doing a disclaimer on how today I'm not the one who is being accused of adjourning this matter, I think at the end of the day I'm the driver of the vehicle, being the one presiding over this court. And I think the most decent thing to do is to apologize for any inconvenience that may be caused by the delay in.
Now moving on, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has announced immediate implementation of a 3-year transfer policy for police officers who have overstayed in police stations for more than 3 years. This is to eliminate conflict of interest, guard against internal sabotage, and enhance service delivery in the security sector.
Other than conflict of interest, there has been a problem of officers who have stayed in one station for long, not at your level. The command level, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, isn't it? You're transferred. But your juniors, there are characters there who have stayed in one police station, junior officers, for 9 years, 15 years, 7 years, 8 years. They have local interests. They have ventured into businesses there in the local area. They are part of the local community. Some of them have married their first or second or third wives there, so they have relatives there. And they are the ones who have entered into the unholy alliance with some of the people who are destroying the country, and they are the ones even who arrange protection fees. So the commanders are actually introduced into this thing when they arrive, we'll show you how things are done here. And some of those junior officers can be very rude. They even, in some instances, insubordinate their superiors. We have talked about this issue of 3-year transfer policy for too long. And I just wanted to communicate that all the officers from all the agencies who have served in one station for 3 years and above will be transferred starting today morning.
Now, Kenya has played host to the 7th session of the Joint Cooperation Commission with Arab Republic of Egypt in Nairobi to evaluate the achievements in Kenya-Egypt relations, forging for stronger ties. Chairing the session, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi noted that Kenya remains dedicated to supporting and welcoming Egyptian businesses to foster trade and investment partnerships between the two nations.
We must ensure that all these frameworks translate into stronger economic, social, and development relations between our two countries through action-oriented implementation strategies. Trade between our two countries is on the right footing. The total value of trade increased from US dollars 647.4 million in 2021 to 680.6 million US dollars in 2023. It is imperative that we continue to explore opportunities to expand trade beyond the traditional products we trade in. Kenya is committed to encouraging and facilitating Egyptian companies to do business in our country, resulting in the steady growth in trade and investment between our two countries.
In our meetings today, we had an opportunity to discuss in depth the imperative to give further impetus to our economic cooperation, particularly in the fields of trade, electricity, renewable energy infrastructure, in addition to the cooperation in the field of food security, water and irrigation, where we resolve to continue our cooperation to attract financing for projects that aim to achieve our developmental objectives in accordance with the best practices of cooperation and the rules and principles of international law. I highlighted during our discussions the importance of an immediate unconditional ceasefire and stressed the need to implement the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2720 in order to ensure a rapid and swift humanitarian access to the Gaza Strip, as well as providing sufficient funds to the international humanitarian organizations, especially UNRWA. Today exhibits the desire to strengthen the existing relations.
Students who sat for the KCPE examinations last year in Nakuru County living in slums have marched to the office of the area chief seeking government support in joining high school. This emerges despite the government initiating plans for the 100% transition of grade 8 pupils to Form 1.
Niko hapa kwa ajili ya kuomba msaada juu ya huyu mtoto wangu kwa amechelewa kwenda shule na si furaha yangu kumwona akiwa nyumbani. Alipata alama ya 321 na aliitwa Naivasha High. Hata hiyo ofisi ya mheshimiwa nilikuwa nimeenda na akaniambia nimechelewa. Kama sasa hizi basari kulingana vile tumekuwa tukiona unakuta those needy wanaweko kando sana, unakuta mtu mwenye akona hiyo uwezo kabisa amepata basari.
Ningeomba serikali iweze kutusaidia watoto wetu waweze kusoma kama watoto wale wengine wa wadozi. Juu sisi tuko chini, watoto wetu hata tunaenda kuomba basari tunapata ati nafasi imeisha.
It's an end of an era. If these kids are not going to join Form 1 this year, I am cocksure they have no other chance, because next year they'll be overtaken by CBC. So it simply means kama kuna watu wanataka kusaidia watoto wasaidie. I also remember the minister himself saying at the government of Kenya that they want 100% transition. And this 100% transition is now something in doubt. It is simply in doubt because it cannot hold. It cannot sustain what it's supposed to sustain by what you look here.
Now, 2 people from Elston Tirim village in Isiolo County are nursing severe injuries after they were attacked by a lion while fetching firewood in the forest. Michael Apayu and his wife Susan Chebet narrowly escaped death after engaging in a fight with a big cat, escaping with serious injuries inflicted by the lion's sharp teeth and nails.
Sasa vile hii kitu imenitokea, huyu ndio alikuwa nyuma. Huyu bibi yangu alikuwa nyuma, mimi nilikuwa mbele sasa. Alafu mimi nilikuwa napanga. Vile mnyama alitoka kwa kichaka tu, kwa kamiti kidogo tu hapo hivyo, akatoka akiwa ameguruma. Hata vile aliguruma, bibi yangu akaangalia nyuma akaniambia, "Ni nini?" Mimi kuangalia nyuma nikaona ni simba, nikamwambia ni simba. Ndio ikaguruma, ndio huyu akaanguka chini mara ya kwanza, akaanguka ya pili. Wakati imenikaribia ikaruka juu. Kuruka juu ikanigonga kifua. Imenifinyia chini kabisa, hiyo kitu ni kitu mzito sana. Imenifinyia chini hadi kupumua nilikuwa naona kabisa nikukufa na kufa. Sasa huyu akakuja mbio. Ukuja mbio akanipea panga. Hata sikuwa natarajia kama anaweza rudi kwa sababu mwanamke ni mtu mwoga, kitu ya kwanza, alafu hiyo ni kifo. Lakini niliona yako nyuma ya hii mnyama na amekuja. Nikachangaa sana. Akachukua panga nikamwambia kata. Akaikata kwanza. Vile aliikata hivi, kitu ikamwangalia hivi, ikamgeukia, ikamrukia mguu. Sasa vile ilimurukia mguu ikamuuma hii mguu, hapo mimi nilipata nafasi. Vile mimi nikaamuka na nikaanza kumchangamkia sasa.
We are happy to be here today because of Michael and the wife, for the courageous action that they took when they were attacked by the lion. It's really, human life, I would say, is really important. And Michael, for protecting your family, we say thank you. Also, I would pledge to the government, like I said, the human life is very precious, but we also appreciate the fact that we have these animals. As a company that really cares about our wildlife, I will urge the government to take extra measures in that they avert the human-wildlife conflict, because we need these animals for our tourism to grow, but again, we still treasure life. And we are thankful to God in that Michael and the wife are alive today.
Members of the Garissa County Assembly Health Committee are now calling on the executive to give the Garissa County Teaching and Referral Hospital financial autonomy. Led by their chair committee, Adan Hassan, they called on the county treasury to release allocation of funds to the hospital without further delays.
Finally, I wanted the health department to be given autonomy in terms of finances. The CEC and his team cannot work when they don't have the required resources. So we are telling the governor and his administration to give priority to this department. This is the department which is 100% devolved. Kindly give the money that have been allocated in the budget by the county assembly to this department so that they can perform their duties.
The lack of drugs is a worrying trend, and we need to get the health management in the county to tell us why KEMSA has not supplied. If it is about money, let us know why the treasury has not released any money. The management of the hospital, I think, and I call upon the governor at least to make sure that the management is reviewed. The health management team in the hospital, they have a lot of laxity. In fact, cleanliness, staff management, water issues. We have water, but there is no storage tanks. There are no plumbing works in the wards.
Challenges, and the biggest challenge was the scan department, where we were told that section was not working for the last 6 months. That is very unfortunate. We were not expecting that, and maybe there's a reason for that. We were told there was a conflict between the national government, the Council of Governors, and maybe who's supposed to run that facility.
And now you're up to date here on Trending News. Thank you so much for being part of it. Now today is the 8th of March and it's All Matters Women. Happy International Women's Day to all women who are watching us beyond our borders and the rest of the world. And in light of that, this evening, we'll be having a conversation on the same. celebrating women, and more specifically, supporting the victims of sexual gender-based violence. I'll be speaking to a panel which goes down to the community-based centers. And of course, just to try and understand how can people at that level then get the help that they need. It is a conversation that you don't want to miss. Let's start engaging right now across all our social media platforms at Lookuptv on X, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. As well as you can keep up with the latest, www.lookuptv.co.ke. I am Nancy Nalima. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a pleasant afternoon. Goodbye.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 07